Hello friends, welcome to Coding Host YouTube channel. In this video, I will explain you program to check prime number in Java. First, we need to learn what is a prime number. So let's take some example that I have two numbers like 16 and 17. So 16 can be divisible by 2, 4, 8 and itself, but 17 can only be divisible by 17. So here you can see that 17 is a prime number because it can only divisible by itself, but 16 is not a prime number because it can be divisible by other numbers. If I want to check that 16 is a prime number or not, then I will start dividing 16 from 2 to 15. If any number which is less than 16 can divide it, then 16 is not a prime number. From checking 2 to 15, it will take lot of time. Or if we have a large number like 5000 or 6000, then it will take too much time to execute our program. So what we can do here is that we can only check the range of the numbers to divide our given number up to its square root. So you can see that square root of 16 is 4, and from 2 to 4, 2 and 4 can divide 16, and after that 4 8 can also divide 16. So we don't need to check the numbers after the square root of our given numbers, because if it is divisible by any number, then it will get divided by the number before its square root. If I take the example of this number 17, so square root of 17 is 4.1. So we know that from 2 to 4, no number can divide 17. That means after 4.1, any number will not divide 17 too. So we don't have to check the numbers after the square root of our given numbers. So it means 17 is a prime number, and we don't have to check all the numbers from 2 to 16 to divide 17 by them. So with this approach, we can execute our program in less time, and for larger numbers it will also take less time for our program to execute. So first I will write the program and then I will explain you. So in the program, I am taking a variable int n equal to 16. After that I will take a variable int temp equal to 0, and after that I will take a for loop for int I equal to 2 and I into I less than equal to n and I plus plus. And in this I will write if n modulus I equal to 0. So in this I will write temp plus plus, and in this I will print not a prime number, and after that I will use a break statement, and outside the for loop I will use another if statement if temp equal to 0. So in this I will print prime number. So I have entered 16. So we are getting not a prime number in our output. If I enter 17 here and let's run this program, so we are getting prime number. If I take a larger number like 17821 and let's run this program, so we are getting not a prime number. So let's see how this program is working. So in the program I have taken a variable int n equal to 17. So in the n variable we have 17. After that I have taken an int temp variable and its value is 0. So temp variable and its initial value is 0. After that I have taken a for loop for int I equal to 2, I into I less than equal to n and I plus plus. So initial value of I is 2. So I is 2. After that it will check that I into I less than or equal to n. So n is 17 and I is 2. So 2 into 2 is 4. So 4 is less than 17. Yes, true. By writing I into I, it means that it will only check numbers up to 2 to the square root of this number, and the range of numbers will not go outside the square root of 17. So 4 is less than 17, so our condition is true and we get inside our loop. So if n modulus I equal to 0, so in this we are dividing n by I and taking out the remainder and checking that remainder is equal to 0 or not. So in the n variable we have 17 and in the I variable we have 2. So when we divide 17 by 2, so the remainder is not 0, remainder is 1. So this if statement is false and it will not execute the statements inside it. After that I plus plus. So now I will become 3, and now it will check that I into I is less than or equal to 17. So 3 into 3 is 9. So 9 is less than 17. So our condition is true and it will go inside our loop. So if n modulus I equal to 0, so n is 17 and I is 3. So when we divide 17 by 3, remainder is 2 and it is not equal to 0. So our condition is false and it will not execute the statements inside it. After that I plus plus. Now I will become 4. After that we again run our loop. It will check that I into I less than or equal to n. So 4 into 4 is 16. So 16 is less than 17. So true. So we get inside our loop. So now we will check that n modulus I equal to 0. So n is 17 and I is 4. So when we divide 17 by 4, remainder is 1, which is not equal to 0. So our condition is false and it will not execute the statements inside it. After that I plus plus. So now I will become 5, and now it will check that I into I less than or equal to n. So 5 into 5 is 25. So 25 is less than or equal to 17. So no, because 25 is larger than 17. So our condition is false and our loop will break. So you can see here that our loop will only running up to the square root of our given number. So square root of 17 is approx 4. So it is only running from 2 to 4. After that I have taken if statement. If temp is equal to 0, so temp is 0, so our condition is true and it will print a prime number in the output. So another example that we have 16 in the n variable. So in the n variable we have 16 and in the temp variable we have 0. After that we will run our loop. So int I equal to 2, so I is 2 and I into I is less than equal to n. So n is 16, so I is 2, so 2 into 2 is 4. So 4 is less than 16, so our condition is true and we will get inside our loop. After that we have if statement. If n modulus I equal to 0, so n is 16 and I is 2. So when we divide 16 by 2, we get remainder 0. So it means 16 is divisible by 2. So our condition is true and it will increment the value of temp plus plus. So temp will become 1, and after that in the output we will print not a prime number because 16 get divided by another number. After that I have taken a break statement, so it will break our loop. So you are thinking that why I have taken this break statement, why we are not checking other numbers to be divisible by 16 or not, because we don't need to check more numbers that they are divisible by 16 or not. Because if our input number is divisible by any one number other than itself, it means it is not a prime number and we don't need to check other numbers to divide it. So we only require one number to check that if our given number is divisible by other numbers or not. So that's why I have taken this break statement. So our loop will break. After that, if temp is equal to 0, so temp is 1, so our condition is false, and it will not print prime number in the output. So in the output we will only get not a prime number for 16. So this is how we can write a program to check prime number in Java. Thank you.